Welcome to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I'll be telling you of my journey with audio quality on this YouTube channel. You know, when I started my YouTube channel, I had every challenge with audio that you can think of, from unwanted pops to plosives to clicks to echo. I had every single challenge you can think of. My audio was crappy, and I'm going to tell you things I did, like changing my microphone, using an AI tool. They're not necessarily getting a more expensive microphone to solve the problem, though I will tell you the implication of changing my microphone to a better one and why I made that decision. This video might be a long one, so I'll be putting in timestamp in between this video so you can switch. For example, if you're interested in just learning about the AI part of fixing audio, you can just skip to that. So you're wondering, even after buying a microphone, when you record, you are not hearing that rich, high quality podcast like kind of voice. So this video might be helpful to you. To start with, let me show you my first video on YouTube about a year ago. Hello friends, this is Sunday Abegunde. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I am a top-rated plus content strategist across multiple platforms, but for the purpose of this YouTube channel, we will be considering Upwork. I have earned thousands of. You can see that audio is not at its best. It could be better. In short, many people were commenting in the comment section, telling me about the audio, like I should do something about it, that the audio is not enjoyable. It sounds piercing to the ear, depending on the device you're listening with. So in this video, I'm going to share with you things I have tried in my journey to transform my audio from a very low quality audio to a high quality audio. Although, yeah, it can get higher and higher. There's no end to this journey, but then I can tell you my audio quality right now is acceptable, even though I'm in an untreated room. Let me pass a quick disclaimer. I am not an audio engineer or anything like that. I am just a regular guy who wants better audio for my content. So I have tried multiple things to make the audio of my YouTube content better. And the good side of watching my video is that nothing I mentioned here is sponsored, so it's definitely going to be reliable. When I started with my phone microphone, but then I felt that, oh, the phone microphone is not good enough. I want a higher quality. So I didn't even post the video I made with a phone's mic. So I bought a legendary vocals condenser mic for 29,000 on Konga, and it got delivered to me. You know, the first time I used this microphone, that I tested it on my laptop, geez, I was so amazed and excited that yes, like the audio is going to sound very great. But then after making my first video, I observed it had a lot of plosives. One thing I got to learn now, it's not necessarily the fault of the microphone. I was doing something in Premiere Pro that could have caused that. I realized recently, you know, when you have your clip in Premiere Pro specifically, if you add a denoise effect, you should not cut anything on that clip again. Otherwise, you will start hearing and that I had in my earlier videos. So the condenser microphone didn't really give me what I expected, not because the microphone itself was bad, but because I was doing something else that was wrong. But the microphone itself was not actually great. The quality, like when you speak, like there is a sound coming from inside the microphone itself. I don't know what that sound is called in technical terms, so I'm not going to recommend the legendary condenser microphone of 29,000. I think now it's about 45,000. I'm going to recommend something cheaper in the course of this video that works better. When I didn't get the quality I desire from the legendary vocals condenser mic, I learned a technique to make that mic sound better. And that technique is get as close to the mic. So one rule of thumb is to do like this. So you can see I can touch the mic. So some people say you give 6 inches, which is not bad. Depending on the quality of your microphone, just try to get as close to the microphone as possible to make the voice sound rich. Okay, so another thing I tried was to fix the audio in Audition, in post-production. One thing I realized with fixing this audio in post-production is that as you are fixing A, another problem B is coming up. So if you're saying you don't want the artifacts and other disturbing sounds disturbing the free flow of your audio, you don't want them sounding loud, yeah, if you reduce the volume a bit, you would hear those things less. But then now your volume is reduced. If you increase the volume, you hear them again. And when you EQ it too, sometimes doing the EQ, like maybe because I'm not super professional at doing the EQ thing, my volume goes down, so I have to like add gain again too. So like except maybe you are an audio engineer, you should limit what you do in post-production. And even if you are an audio engineer, the best for your production is that you achieve the highest possible quality when you are recording. So that means you don't record an audio with echo and then try to remove the echo in post-production. Do everything you can to ensure there is no echo entering into your audio. For example, I ordered some acoustic panels from Jumia Global and they messed me up. I'm going to talk about it later in this video. While I was still struggling with audio, I changed apartment, and the new apartment I'm in, I have my dedicated home office that also serves as my YouTube studio where I'm in right now. So unlike the former place that I was living at the topmost floor, now I live on the ground floor. And what that implies is that the ceiling is decking. That means it's an hard surface, not wood. My side, hard surface. This other side, I have a glass window, then covered by blinds. And at my back is a hard wall. In my front is also an hard wall. So I have echo in this home office. And that is a big problem to my videos. So that was another challenge with my audio. So I tried to use the reverb, which is what would readily come to mind as regards echo. That didn't give me a good result because in the course of removing the echo, it added artifacts to my audio. So I tried using Nvidia AI. Okay, I think I'm going to talk more about Nvidia AI. It has the option for you to remove echo while you are recording. That means straight from the microphone. As I'm recording right now, it is actually activated. Before I did some other things, didn't really help too. I was advised to open my wardrobe. I did open my wardrobe, open my door. If you can open your window, if it's a place where there is no external noise coming in. But for my place, I think the external noise was not something I want in my video. So I had to slide the glass shut. I could not open the door. So it depends on what you are willing to trade off for what. So for me, I don't want the external noise. Then note that in spite of the fact that I was having challenges with my audio, I kept shooting videos because the value of the video, the things I say in the video could still be heard, but then the audio quality is not excellent. And I'm not satisfied with that. But I still need to keep pushing out the content till I get to this point. This place is hot if I don't turn on the AC or the fan. So the AC and the fan can actually disturb my recording. So what I do as a solution to that is before I record, maybe some 30 minutes before recording, I come into my office, turn on the AC, turn on the fan, and close the door. Then I go out, do other things. So I do my setup, go out. So by the time I'm coming back inside, the atmosphere is cold. So I turn off the AC, turn off the fan. It maintains the coolness inside the office for a span of time. I can record that way and I won't feel it. Because when you turn on the light, there's a lot of heat. So another thing I tried was bringing a flower. So some things can help you scatter the sound. I think that's the word I'm going to use. So I kept this flower at my back for some times, and I think it helped a bit. It was not significantly better in terms of the echo, but it was slightly better. That slightly better is not what I want. I want something significantly better. So I knew I had to do more. So I tried out some AI. The first AI I tried out is Adobe Podcast. So I gave up on the fight of trying to get the audio right in production and let me see if this AI would help me in post-production. So I recorded and then upload the audio to Adobe Podcast. The result I got was sounding great, I love it, but it was not usable. And I know many of you know about Adobe Podcast. If you don't know about Adobe Podcast, I will leave the link in the description below so you can try it out. It actually works. In my own case, when I used it for my audio, it's making my voice sound like a robot. It was not sounding like my real voice, and I did not like that. So I had to do a bit of EQ to it, and I'm not still pleased with the result. So I stopped using Adobe Podcast. It might work for you, and that is why I'm mentioning it in this video. So since Adobe Podcast does not work, I found a website that works better for me. I use the legendary Vocals condenser mic, the 29,000 naira mic, and the mic is not super bad. So I just needed something to get out those artifacts, the clicks and all those sounds I don't want. So I was like, I tried a website, vocalremover.org. So what vocal remover does is it separates the human voice from any other thing that is not human voice. So it did a better job than Adobe Podcast. Note that Adobe Podcast, the premium version now, you can adjust the degree to which it sounds AI. But comparing the free versions, then it is absolutely free. So you can go for it. So one thing I observed with vocal removers is that it separates it. So all those artifacts, it's removed them as non-vocals. So I have just my vocals. But then the downside is it also removes some texture, some richness of the actual voice. But then not too bad. So I used that a couple of times. So I find it better than Adobe Podcast. If you go to the website on your browser, it might not work. So sometimes I have to try another browser, maybe use Opera Mini VPN. It allows me, but then when I log in from Nigeria, it doesn't allow me. Vocalremovers.org, you might need to try it with multiple browsers, and you cannot upload more than 10 minutes. So if you have a longer clip, you would have to break it down into 10 minutes each and then stitch it back after you are done fixing it. So that is another AI that works real fine. Then the third AI the third AI I'm going to talk about is probably already on your system right now, and that is CapCut. CapCut. I know many of us use CapCut for other functions, but now CapCut has the enhanced audio function. This enhanced audio function will not show on your CapCut if you don't have internet connected. So if you don't connect internet, you will see the option to reduce noise. Avoid noise reduction to the best of your ability, because whenever you reduce noise, you add some artifacts to your audio. So you lose some richness of that audio. So avoid noise reduction, and if you must use noise reduction, use it sparingly. The audio enhance does a different thing to noise reduction. Audio enhance help you do things like de-essing. Yes, you can de-ess in Premiere Pro and all that, but then having an AI study your video and then do those adjustments for you is actually a cool thing. So you might also not want to do it to 100%. You might want to try it out at 70%, 50%, 25%. See what it sounds like in your ear. Is it sounding good? Is it sounding too AI-ic, if there's a word like that? Do you understand what I'm saying? So that actually works. So another thing I think you should try, if you are using a gaming laptop or a system that has an Nvidia graphics card, so you can go to the Nvidia's website and download Nvidia Broadcast. So with Nvidia Broadcast, I think it doesn't work for all Nvidia laptops. From I think RTS 1070 above, you can verify that on their website. So what this does for you is, I turn on my Nvidia AI and then I can activate a noise reduction such that even if I'm joining a Zoom meeting, if there is a fan, I can turn on my fan, you would not hear the sound of the fan, you would only hear my voice. That means anything that is not human vocals will not be heard. In my house, plane passes over a couple of times and you just hear the sound. But then if I activate Nvidia AI, you are not going to hear that sound at all. But note that when you are using that particular feature of Nvidia AI, it is also noise reduction. So when I do it with my former microphone, it affects the texture of my voice. So it has a very similar effect to you doing noise reduction in post-production. The only advantage I see with that is that it does it in real time. So that means you can use it to have phone conversation, podcast conversation with someone remotely. So that's the advantage. This echo remover function, I set it to, I think 60-something%. And I think that functions well and does not significantly affect the quality of my audio. So I avoid using noise reduction. So, and I would advise you not to use it except if you must. Except maybe the place is exceptionally noisy and you just have to deaden the noise or kill the noise, if any word you want to use. So at this point, I would plead with you that you hit the like button, and if you are not subscribed to this channel, please subscribe. If you have any questions, contribution, correction, yes, I don't know everything about audio, please, you can comment in the comment section. I would love to read from you. Then, another option is this, depending on the kind of content you make. I have an 11 Labs subscription, but not necessarily 11 Labs. You can also use some other AI platforms whereby you can upload your voice and then the AI learns your voice. This script can do this. So the AI learns your voice, and then you can just give your script to the AI and it produces the content for you. So here is a list of websites that can do that for you. So I contemplated doing that, but I knew it's not going to work for me. One, I don't like the fact that the AI voice is going to sound too perfect. The fact that I'm not perfect is part of my originality. Okay, so there was something amazing. Like, I got value for my money. I bought something and I was very happy with it. I think as at the time I got it in the region of 12,000, 13K or thereabouts. And that is a lapel mic. There's this common lapel mic you see everybody use. That lapel mic, the K9 lapel mic, that microphone is very, very good. It's very good. It won't give you a great quality, but it will give you a good quality that was better than my condenser mic. So if I instead of buying that cheap condenser mic, I would rather buy the K9 mic because it gave me a better quality. I used it in my car and I was blown. I got a very good audio and I was like, oh, this is cool. So I started using it in the home office too. At some point, I only leave the condenser mic as a dummy on the table. I actually use the lapel mic. So I had a very good impression of the K9 microphone or K11 microphone. I had a very good impression of this microphone until for no reason it didn't drop on the floor. I just observed one of the two microphones stopped working. It just blinks red. Maybe the battery is down. Maybe the battery is bad. I charged it and charged it and charged it. It did not work again. And I don't think this microphone has used up to 4-5 months. So I think in terms of durability, I would not recommend the K9 microphone. Then maybe it's just me that had that experience with the microphone. But in terms of the quality it produces, it is decent, it is good, but not great. The audio texture does not sound rich, but it is good. Okay, so I used it in this video.
I have cracked the code to beat that competition. How, Sunday? How? Think like a digital marketer. How do digital marketers think? They draw consumer personnel to identify their prospective clients and the personalities, the interests, and behavior of their prospective clients. How does that help me make more money? I drew my own consumer personnel and I realized that
When I realized that the K9 microphone can do very fine, so I started recording inside my car instead of recording inside the house. The first time I recorded inside my car, the audio was good. Then you already suspect why. Because there is echo inside my home office, but inside the car is, as in most cars, like, or every car, should I say that? Every car is padded. Especially if the car is not a leather, even if it is leather car, it still has its advantage. Yeah, if it is not leather seats, that is even better because all those stuffs absorb echo. You won't have echo in your voice. So in terms of sound, a car is like a mini studio, man. It's not just as good as a standard studio, but you understand what I'm saying. So instead of recording in the house, if you have echo issues, you can record inside the car. I still wanted to record inside my home office because I love this space. And most times, whether I'm recording a YouTube video or I'm just working, or sometimes I just want to meditate and think or brainstorm about something, I'm always inside this space. So I need this space to be able to perform that function of helping me record videos. I don't want to go inside my car every single time I want to record. So I considered getting another microphone because I realized that if you get a very good microphone, so for example, the Shure SM7B, it will not pick a lot of the echo because it picks just what is in front of it and it rejects the sounds beside it. So when the echo goes and it's coming back, the mic is not picking it. So I was considering getting the SM7B, but then I found out I would have to spend in the region of 400 to 450,000 naira to get the SM7B. And then another factor is that there are a lot of fake SM7B in the market. You get those ones at a cheaper rate. One of the ways you can know a fake SM7B or even an MV7 is if you check inside the SLR port, you're supposed to see this word inside that microphone, but then it might still work. Okay, that's by the way. So I checked out a lot of reviews and realized that the Shure MV7 microphone is also a very good microphone. It's like the light version of the SM7B in terms of look and in terms of quality. I realized that I don't want the greatest microphone in the world. I just want a microphone that heightens the quality of my audio for my YouTube channel. So I watched review and then I saw the Shure MV7 works for me. And the fact that I don't have to buy an interface, buy an SLR wire, and all those stuffs, like I want something easy. So the MV7 has this advantage over the Shure SM7B because I can just connect this cord to the microphone and then connect it to my system. I don't have an interface. It comes with a software that can help me control the gain and all that. Then I can also mute and control the gain from the microphone, although I seldom use this in reality. So I use the application. So I bought this Shure MV7 at Computer Village Ikeja. It's a good buy. I brought it home. I tested it, plugged in my earpiece, and I was hearing the quality, man. I was impressed. Even what you are hearing right now might not be the best quality of this microphone because one thing I observed with the microphone is that when I plug my earpiece directly into this microphone, the way it sounds in my ear, the quality I'm hearing in my ear is very great. It's super good. Like, it sounds very rich. It sounds good when I play it back on SoundForge or Audition or anything I record with, but it's not as rich as what I hear when I listen to it directly from the microphone. So I feel like in the process of the microphone sending the signal to the laptop, maybe some degree of the quality of the microphone is lost. Maybe like it's reduced a bit or something like that. Yes, then this microphone can do 24 bits, but then I record at 16 bits. And okay, yeah, that's another thing I noticed. So I tested out this microphone. The first issue I observed with it was that it was speaking the voice of my ancestors. It was speaking every voice around me. It was speaking, I could hear the car far away. This is an estate, so like there's no car passing right in front of my house. But then I could hear the sound of the vehicles far away, and that is not what I want in my video. So to solve that, what I did was to reduce the gain. So I reduced the gain to about 24 dB. I stopped hearing the sounds of my ancestors and then it was still loud enough. So the dB that might work for you might be different. So you might want to try maybe like 18 to let's say 28 or something. But I don't see any reason why you want to go all the way to 32, except maybe you live in an extremely quiet place. Okay, but the echo issue, yeah, the microphone deadens the echo to a significant degree. Note that my appetite for good audio has increased. So I started researching, then I realized that the pop filter that comes with the microphone is too short. So what I did, as you can see, is I used the pop filter of the former microphone. I added it to it because I wanted to buy the pop. You can also buy the pop filter of the SM7B for this microphone. It's going to fit in. But when I checked that on Amazon, it's about $7. I didn't have an issue with that. But shipping it down to Nigeria, the cost of shipping it down is even more than the cost of buying the pop filter itself. So I just let that slide. I'm still talking about echo. You remember this place is not treated. So in the real sense, the echo still exists here. The microphone and then the Nvidia AI just help me make it subtle. So you are not hearing the highest quality possible with this mic right now, but it's a very good quality, I can tell, because I've used it for a video before now. Just one video. I ordered some acoustic panels from Jumia Global. I saw one that was very cheap, so that I can just put it in front of me and see what the effect is like. So on Christmas Day, I got an email from Jumia that my order was cancelled. I don't know why the order was cancelled, but well, okay, guys, return my money. They refused to return my money for a long time. So they eventually refunded the money and sent it as a credit on Jumia. So somehow, like, they're insisting I use the money to buy something from them. I want the money back into my bank account so I can do the DIY option, call a carpenter, and do this type you can see in this picture. It's cheaper and they use same foam that's inside your mattress. It won't just be as thick as that inside your mattress. You don't want it too flat, so you want it to be thick enough, maybe at least 3 centimeters. So since the acoustic panel did not come and I'm still expecting my refund into my bank account, I'm recording without the acoustic panel. So what I do is to bring in this mat and rest it on the wall. It rests on my laptop sometimes. Then I brought in this throw pillow into the office. I just keep it somewhere on the table. I'm not too sure it has any significant effect, but at least it will help deaden the echo a bit. So I also have this wired lapel microphone. I got this, I think, for 3,005 or 4,000 naira. It is also at the same level of quality with the K9. And instead of buying the K9, if the K9 microphone is too expensive for you, you can get this microphone. It works well. The only difference is that it is wired. It is wired. Then there's the one that has, I know most phones don't have audio jack anymore. I have another one that has Type-C ports, so you can connect that to your phone. Then if you use an iPhone, there's this adapter you can get. I think it's 300 naira. I got one. You can connect the Type-C to the adapter and then the adapter to your iPhone. I'm going to show this. Thank you so much for watching. You can check out this other video to learn more from my YouTube journey.